Yo, what is going on? Welcome to the pod once again. This is Unbounded. I'm your host, the truth, boy, the outlier. And before we get started, man.
Mountain Dew Spark is back.
That's not what I was talking about. Oh, no. But before we get started, I really want to get right into one of the biggest fake news stories of the year. And no, this has nothing to do with Donald Trump or politics.
No. I know the story you're talking about.
So funny thing about it is, like, people in my job know I'm a wrestling fan.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as soon as it came out, the next day it came out to be fake. And then I'm at work, and the guidance counselor comes up to me and was like, "Hey, what you think about WWE selling to Saudi Arabia?" I was like, "Yeah, it was fake." It's like off rip. Like, yeah, that was a bunch of baloney. And it's so funny because
it is funny.
Who broke the news about Vince McMahon's allegations with the hush money? Do you remember
that
Wall Street Journal?
Right.
When Vince McMahon retired,
right?
Who wrote that?
Wall Street Journal.
When it was rumored that Vince McMahon was talking about coming back, who wrote that?
The Wall Street Journal.
When Vince McMahon came back, who mentioned that?
The Wall Street Journal.
When it came out that Vince McMahon wanted to sell the company, who wrote that? Don't hurt yourself.
Wall Street Journal?
Wall Street Journal. So why are we sitting here believing that some nobody from the Zone? I didn't even know they covered wrestling, but okay.
Zone? Yeah, they cover everything combat related, boxing.
I didn't even know who that guy was. To be honest with you.
What, the Zone? The Zone is not a person; it's a company.
Well, no, the guy that initially broke the story.
Oh,
but it was like because everybody was watching NXT 2.0. I had just got home from church,
and we had NXT now. Isn't it just NXT now?
You're right, my fault. But NXT, and a lot of the dirt sheet people, like they were all in this. There's something happening. There's big news coming. Everybody's like, I heard the same thing. But I was like, okay, cool. Now I'm just waiting for Wall Street Journal. Then this, I don't want to mispronounce his name, came out and said that WWE has sold to Saudi Arabia and is going private. Now I made a post on Facebook calling him Vince McMahon the biggest villain in history, which he's up there. But
we should make a list about that.
He probably will. And everybody's having a breakdown because everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, they're selling to Saudi Arabia. This is the worst thing possible." And I had my moments where I was like, "Yeah, this could be a bad idea." But then somewhere in the back of my mind was like, "Where's Wall Street Journal? Where is Wall Street Journal? All of this?" And throughout the entire night, the more things came out, the more I was like, something's not right here. Because Wall Street Journal has yet to say a word. Because again, Wall Street Journal has been in front of every single story regarding Vince McMahon since the summer. And lo and behold, they're silent.
Where did he found?
Like the Avatar. When you need him the most, he vanished. Well played. That just came out of nowhere.
No, well done though. Makes sense.
And then the next day you come out, and then now you start seeing people. I think John Alba was one of the first ones I saw say something that said, "This is not true," and then the original post got deleted. And it's so funny because just about every single major wrestling journalism site, all the journalists, talking heads were all on this WWE sold to Saudi Arabia, and it's so funny. Because you know who the one guy that actually came out here with a logical take was?
No, sir.
No, because he was one of them.
Sure.
That was somebody that we used to listen to that we don't listen to now.
No way.
JD from New York.
He had a logical take?
JD had a logical take, and let me find it again. Because it's so funny because the reaction to it was kind of funny because one of the most softest people in the wrestling media had something to say about it, which I'm not surprised because when
was it Pix?
No, it wasn't. Well, okay, the second most sensitive person in wrestling media. My fault.
Sean Ross Sapp.
Yes, Sean Ross Sapp. Let me find it because JD made a really good point here. Oh, through the table, you talk too much. I'm trying to go through because through the table actually was the reason I found it because JD blocked me and I don't really care. But before we get there, let's read some of the stuff that Sean Ross Sapp said, and I guess this is all about it. So Sean Ross Sapp, again, nobody in WWE has confirmed this. No, never mind. That's not what I want. Dog, where is it? I should have picked it up before I got here, but it is what it is. Wrestling media looked absolutely stupid last night, as usual. Wrestling to go live, providing inaccurate news. Been my motto to wait. Always today, Chi-Town Smart and myself burn it down and talk Stephen McMahon quitting and sell rumors from yesterday, 3 p.m. And Mr. Sensitive Ross Sapp replies, "Not to make such a sweeping blanket statement, especially when you seemingly cover reports from wrestling media with regularity. If wrestling media is so stupid and inaccurate, you should consider not subjecting your audience to the reports." So then here's JD replies, "Did I name you, Sean? You didn't put out any statement regarding a sale and took the right approach as you usually do. Stop defending BS and stop thinking literally everything is a shot of you. I pick and choose who I get my news from, and if I didn't, I'd have 7 videos out by now." Sean, being my fault, Sensitive Raw Sapp, says, "You might be able to treat your audience like they're stupid, but I'm not. You posted an incorrect sweeping blanket statement for attention and to make yourself look smarter than those who covered it when you were on Twitter overreacting yourself." Okay. And then JD replies, "The wrestling is ish. That's a sweeping blanket statement that is factually correct. I don't need to do anything for attention. I'll have 4,000 people watching me regarding of what I put out on here. No sales equals no news. I get it. It's boring today, but this ain't it." Then Sean says, "You post factually incorrect thumbnails to get people to click on your videos. I'm not sure if you should be heralding accuracy." And then JD goes, "Maybe you should actually learn how to do YouTube and actually create thumbnails instead of a screenshot with your mobile device before criticizing someone who knows the algorithms better than you do." Never in my days would I thought I'd see Sensitive Ross Sapp and JD, Mr. Short 5'2" man, going back and forth on Twitter. I thought they were buddy. But I guess that's what happens. You have a little sensitive baby and a New Yorker. To be honest, both of them are very sensitive. That was like the most light-skinned argument I just read. The most light-skinned. That was the most light-skinned argument I've read on Twitter. Like, oh my gosh. Imagine Drake and who else is very sensitive in hip-hop right now? Like, oh my gosh, that was horrible. Where's Duke when you need him? Where is Duke when you need him? That's embarrassing. Wrestling media, y'all are trash. No wonder why real media doesn't consider y'all media. Paywall Jesus. Shout out to Duke for that one. Dog, tell me I'm wrong. You're not. Tell me I'm wrong. You're not. That's my first time actually reading through the whole thing, and I'm embarrassed myself for reading it. Dog. I'll pick it up later.
Motherfucker, I've been mortified, 45, feeling like a Mordecai. I ain't regular, feel like Jordan wearing 45. Traumatized, victimized, seen some of my die. Knock you off a base with a bat when them niggas slide. Homicide, genocide, televised, emphasize, perpetuating war. Tell that nigga he gon' pick a side. Hood ties from hood lines, my niggas doing dope lines. I'm running to the cops.